Hi there, welcome to Sparkle.Sanctuary. If you are returning, welcome back. And if you're new here, my name's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody, today. I really appreciate having you here. So this video is just a post-completion review of Winged Princess by Sarah Winther from Diamond Art Club, along with the my review of the DP with Sparkler Enhancement Suggestions. So just a quick recap. I went to the Crafters Paradise retreat back at the end of May and was able to meet with another one of the retreat attendees and Cheryl from DP with Sparklers, and we reviewed the enhancements for this kit, and I immediately bought those enhancements. The recommendations are now on their website, and I'll make sure that that's linked in the description box below. So what we have here is there are several different special drills that they added in. They added this metallic denim to replace this color. I still have quite a bit of this left. I have a good half of a container here. Then there is the Midnight Sparklers. This is supposed to replace the black in the areas of her dress. They also recommended replacing her eyelashes, the black in her eyes, and then the black in the owl's eyes. I mentioned in my halfway point review that I did not end up putting those enhancements in her eyes and eyelashes. In fact, any enhancements that ended up being in her face, I completely removed. I had asked in my last video about this, what people thought about leaving it as charted, and I think I had basically the same consensus. It looks better just following the charting, just because it allows for all the enhancements to be outside of that, which makes her face actually stand out more. So I also have quite a few of these, find the camera, of quite a few of these drills left of the pixie dust that were supposed to replace this letter. Those are in the wings, and I will talk about that a little bit more because there's a section down here that is a little bit confusing, and so I may bring that up so you can see what I did and see what you think. Then there was also this $37.99 crystal that was a full replacement. There is leftovers of this as well. I did want to point out that when I was working with these diamonds, I noticed that when I was placing them on the canvas, that some of them I was actually seeing the symbol underneath them. And when I was looking at them in the tray, if there was any light source underneath the tray, it almost looked like the crystals were different colors. And what I think has happened is that some of these, the silver backs on these, are not as thick as the others. But ultimately, at the end of the day, when they're on the canvas, they all look like the same color. So it doesn't matter. But I wanted to point that out in case somebody gets these diamonds and they have the same kind of issue or concern. It does look the same, and I ended up using them as recommended. They also have this pixie dust that was supposed to be a full replacement. The recommendation is to buy 2 packages of this pixie dust to cover up this one. And honestly, I think that was a great recommendation. I have plenty left of this. There's about a half a container here, so I'll be able to use that in a future kit as well. The only thing that I did differently than the recommendations that are not a chart from Diamond Art Club or from DP with Sparklers is to use this 5200 crystal. I really, really like the way this looks in the owl. I mentioned that in my last video, but I will definitely just show you a quick update on that as well. Okay, so let's get these out of the way. Here is the image. I can't show you the full thing, unfortunately, until I turn it sideways. But first, I'll bring it in for some details, and then I will just turn it sideways so you can see a full image. But here is Winged Princess. I will say, while I'm here, that in the original image, yeah, words are good. In the original image, these look like they're supposed to be maybe feathers that are just kind of floating, and they're not the focus, so they're out of focus, and it just brings these little glints of light, and I think that it rendered really well. I'm very happy with that, how that looks. Originally, when I was down here and working up close in her dress and I was seeing these splotches, I was like, I don't know how that's going to turn out, but I trusted the process, and it looks really good. At least I think it does, especially from a viewing distance. I think it looks really good. So there you go. That's that. All right. So I'll bring the canvas in a little bit. Actually, no. I will bring you in a little bit. Let me zoom this in. Okay, so here we are. I went ahead and left her face as rendered by Diamond Art Club. I did not follow the enhancement suggestions from DP with Sparklers regarding her eyes and eyelashes. There was also like a few extra in here I mentioned in my other video. I after getting a little bit of feedback from people, I did decide to go ahead and leave her face as charted, and I'm so glad I did. When we do the full pan out, you'll see that it actually allows for her face to stand out a little bit. I did go through also based on recommendations as when I had said that these crystals here I thought just really looked nice. I asked if I should go ahead and have them, work their way up the feathers of the owl, and the general consensus was that I should, and I'm so glad that I did that. I think the owl just looks absolutely stunning. I think I just really love the way it looks, and I think it does have adding this 5200 AB or crystal, this 5200 crystal, I think just helped really make him pop. So that is really something that I'm enjoying. I already did a review on the wings, but I did want to come down and show you this part of the wing in particular. If you look here, the letter that the 413 pixie dust covers is actually like this entire section here would have been the pixie dust, and this section here, and this here, and then through here. And it's kind of hard to find the line and the difference between where the wing starts and ends based on the charting of this image and the picture itself, because there's such a softness to the background and her feathers on this side that they kind of blend together. So I ended up just opting to kind of outline the feathers to still bring that pixie dust into the image, because it started here, it came down through here, and then that's kind of where it got confusing. So just so you can see what I did and how my mind works, if you end up liking having, like if you do this and you end up liking having that filled in, that's, up to personal preference, but this is how I ended up doing it. You'll be able to see that a little bit when I pan out. So we'll go ahead and start looking at her dress. Here's the top half. As you can see, it's just chock full of crystals. I will, on the lower part of her dress, I'll definitely zoom in a little bit more and show you those diamonds a little bit differently. But yeah, there's just crystals and sparkles everywhere here. So we'll move down to the bottom. And here's the bottom of her dress. I have to say, this part of her dress here, this part here has every single special diamond on this canvas. And I say that because the one AB that I thought was only located in the owl's eyes, I think it's AB 120, actually ends up that there are a few here, there's one here, and then there's a few through here. Gives it gives a little bit of a differentiation in the blues in this, which I thought ended up working really well. So let's see if I can't move this around a little bit, but you can see all of that sparkle and shine. But there's the blue metallic, that's how that looks in there. That's metallic denim is what that's called for the DP with Sparklers site. And then there is ABs through here. Here is the 762 pixie dust through here. I ended up adding the 413 pixie dust in through here. And actually everywhere it was charted for that same letter in her skirt, because I had plenty left over. I had a half of a jar, so I went ahead and did that. Let's see, there's these crystals, the 3799 crystals, and then all of these little black circles are the midnight sparkler, and so they're supposed to replace the black. This was my first time ever adding round diamonds onto a square canvas, and so I think it looks really good. The only thing that I was, remotely that had me questioning it was that I can see, and I don't know if you can see it on there, but there's like slight grid lines, and I can see that. But honestly, from a viewing distance, When I was looking at it up close, I was worried about it, but when we get to a viewing distance, you really can't see that. So anyway, let me get this situated and I will show you a pan out with a full picture of her. Okay, so to get her fully into view, I had to turn the image sideways. It's a length or more lengthwise picture, so it's kind of hard to get all into the view. But this is what she looks like overall. Like I said, this was a really easy workup. It was a joy to work on. I love the way it looks. I love the way this rendered. I believe like she just really stands out to me. I can't say enough good praise for Diamond Art Club and the rendering team for the way they did this, and then also for DP with Sparklers for the enhancement choices that they made. She just is very stunning, and man, does she sparkle when you look at her from a distance. So there's so much sparkle and glitter in her dress here, and the enhancements really, really did enhance everything about this diamond painting and made it so much easier to work on because of, like the grayscale of the image. Could have been a very boring workup, but the way that this was done made it definitely more interesting. So anyway, that is all I have for today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe and hit the thumbs up button before you leave, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye. So I wanted to add in this little clip so that you could see kind of more what she looks like from like in reality from a viewing distance when you're moving around or when she's moved. Just the sparkle and shine, like nothing on video, of course, ever really truly depicts well what these kinds of things look like in person. But she sparkles and shines in just beautiful ways. I wish it could be captured on video. I really, really do. But there you go. There you have her. A quick pan over. And there she is. Thanks again for watching. Bye.